And a very good evening, everyone, as we welcome you to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. And I am Todd Duke, and we're glad that you're with us here tonight on the Kahok Sports Network as we get you set for two games here this evening. We have the JV boys first and then the varsity boys second, as the opponent on both counts will be the Edwardsville Tigers. Again, a very good evening, everyone, and, we've finally broken a little bit of the frigid temperatures here as we made it up to a robust 24 degrees today. And that was nice because Sunday and Monday we were in single digits, and then the last 2 days we were in the teens, and today we made it up to 24. So things are starting to improve. By Tuesday, it's supposed to be sunny and 50. It's going to feel like time to cut grass or something. I don't know. Anyway, welcome. Collinsville against Edwardsville, always a long-standing rivalry in the Southwestern Conference. We have the JV game first, and then we'll have the varsity game coming up after that. And then in the halftime of the varsity game, we will go ahead and leave the cameras on as your Kahok dance team will be performing at halftime. So it'll give you folks a chance to see the dance team. And I know that limits are pretty small as far as parents coming in. For one, we're allowing people in here to watch basketball games, and then you add parents of the dance team on top of that, and that's probably a little too much. So I think from what I heard is that the dance team is only allowed one parent per dancer. So one parent can be here watching, and the other one, well, that's why we're going to leave our cameras on so you can watch from home. Two teams getting ready to take the floor on the JV side, Collinsville versus Edwardsville. Edwardsville comes in with a record of 2-1 in JV play, while Coach Eric Anderson has his Collinsville Kahoks off to a 4-0 start in junior varsity competition. Eric Smith is the head coach for Edwardsville's JV teams. Here are your starters for today. We begin with Edwardsville. Caden Jennings, a 5'10 sophomore. Jordan Bush, a 5'9 sophomore. Isaiah Kloster, a 6'3 sophomore. Lucas Greer, a 6-foot junior. And Hirsch Green, a 6'3 junior. For Collinsville, Devin Davis, a 6'1 junior on the floor, as well as Dayton Horace, a 5'2 junior. Matt Clark, a 6'3 junior. Zach Chambers, a 6'7 freshman. And Alex Lorsback, a 5'9 junior. And that is the starting five. I don't have any idea what's going on here. Pre-game technical foul. I have no idea what could have warranted a pre-game technical foul, but at any case, that's the way this game starts. And at the free throw line, that was Dayton Horace, and he hit one of two to start the game off with no time taken off the clock. Andy Albertina is on the camera with me for both games. We certainly do appreciate you being here. I thank you very much because I'm so tired of looking for camera people. All right. Collinsville still going to get the ball first after a technical foul. That is what usually happens. Kahawks, of course, are the home team. They are dressed in their home white jerseys. They have purple numbers, purple stripes down the sides, and the word Kahawks written across the fronts of their jerseys. The road team, that would be the Edwardsville Tigers. They're in their black uniforms, trimmed in orange. Their numbers are in orange, but not colored in orange, which makes them a little tougher to see. I'm glad I'm not doing this at a football game far away because that would be kind of tough. And Tigers written across the fronts of the Edwardsville jerseys. So Kahawks are already up 1-0. We're just underway, 10 seconds into this game, and Collinsville with possession of the ball and the lead. Here's Lorsback, and he dumps it off inside. Clark with a rebound and a putback. And Collinsville's first 2-point bucket belongs to Matt Clark. Here comes Edwardsville with their first offensive push of the day. Collinsville comes in, by the way, averaging 58.5 points per game on the JV side while giving up just 40.8 in their 4-0 record. Top of the key, that is Green. Green dumps it off. Here's a three-point shot. That falls a little short from Jennings. And then the rebound put back up and in. And that one was by Lucas Greer, and Edwardsville is on the boards. 3-2 contest. Collinsville up by one. Into the corner it goes for Horace. Horace deep inside the near side corner. Dribbles and drives into the lane and then travels as he does so. And the first turnover of the game will belong to Collinsville. 6:57 left to play here in this opening quarter. 3-2 in favor of the Kahawks. Edwardsville coming down court trying to take their first lead. That is Jordan Bush. Bush over on the right wing, top of the key, into the paint, takes the shot, and gets it to go. 2 points for Bush, 2 points for Edwardsville, and now the Tigers have a 1-point lead. Here comes Collinsville. There's Davis. Davis at the midcourt stripe hands it off to Horace. Horace over on the far side near the sideline, gives it up to Davis on the left wing. Davis dribbles and cuts his way across the free throw line into the paint, takes the shot off the glass, good for 2. Collinsville back out front as we go back and forth here early on. 5-4, Kahawks with the 1-point lead. 6:15 left to play here in this opening quarter. Bounce pass over on the far side, and that is Jennings. Jennings comes around to the top of the key, puts on the brakes, bounces a pass into the perimeter, and muscling his way in the paint is Green, and that one won't work. Rebound belongs to Chambers and Collinsville. Kahawks bring it up. Here is Horace. Horace with a slingshot pass to Davis, who gets past everybody, and Davis now has 4 points. Collinsville extends their lead back to 3. Here's Bush. Bush brings it around over onto the left wing. Makes his move at the free throw line, backs it up, gives to Green. Over on the far side, that's Greer. Greer gets shoved from behind by Lorsback. No call on the play, and now we do have a whistle on the play, and that'll send Hirsch Green to the free throw line. This one's going to go against Chambers. Edwardsville has one foul up on the board, but that was the technical to start the game. Here is Green from the free throw line, good for 1. Green ready for another. Good. So Green makes both of his free throws and brings his team back to within 1. 5.5 minutes to go here in this opening quarter. Here's Davis for Collinsville. Over on the far side to Clark. Clark trying to work it up inside to Chambers. Does so off the glass. Good for 2. And Chambers will head to the free throw line for a bonus shot. First Edwardsville foul belonging to a player will belong to Lucas Greer. And at the free throw line, Zach Chambers. He's only 1 for 2 from the free throw line in the 4 games that the JV team has played. And now make that 1 for 3. Rebound belongs to Edwardsville. Tigers bring it up. From the three-point line, shot, nothing doing. Rebound belongs to Collinsville. Kahawks bring it back up. No look pass to Clark, and Clark takes it to the hoop. And now Matt Clark with 4 points. Collinsville extending their lead to 11-6. Take a drink of soda. You got to remember to pull your mask back up. Sometimes I forget that. You can tell by the sound, too. It's not as muffled when I take my mask down, yeah. Here is Bush. Bush underhands it back out to Green, and then over on the far side, Jennings with it. Jennings dribbles, stops at the top of the key, and we'll give it up now to Closter. Closter over onto the left wing for Greer. Greer dribbles and drives and travels. First turnover for Edwardsville. 4:28 left. It's time for a mask timeout, so we'll step aside for just a moment as well. We're back in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahawk alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
Back here at Edwardsville-Fletcher Gymnasium, I am Todd Duke, and the camera guy is Andy Albertino. We're glad that you're with us here on another cold Thursday evening here in the Midwest. It's getting better, though. We're going to start melting some of that snow here real soon, I have a feeling, and I'm telling you what, my dogs would be crazy about that because they're walking outside going, why do you guys keep on dumping all this white stuff on the ground? Because it's cold. My dogs are small. They have like a 2-inch clearance. So when it snows more than that, I have to actually shovel snow off my grass to give the dogs a place to go. 11-6, 4:28 left to play here in this first quarter. Collinsville with the 5-point lead and the ball. Over on the far side, that's Horace. Hands the ball off to Davis. Davis now at the top of the key. Got some new players in the game for Collinsville. And off the glass, good for two for Jake Wilkinson. He actually leads the JV team with 50 points on the year. He also leads the JV team from the free throw line, having gone 6 for 7. Edwardsville with the ball. Here's Green. Green has 3 players around him, has to do something with it. Far side it goes from Closter to Jennings. Jennings, a bounce pass. Oh, that's almost picked off by Horace. Nice try there by the junior Kahok. Bush still with the ball. Bounces it top of the key to Green. Green back out front now for Greer. Greer, nowhere to go with it. Puts it up over on the left side wing for Closter. Closter and Coach Smith wants a timeout for Edwardsville, so he gets that granted. And we'll step aside as well. Back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, the newest in online auctioning. Go to ogleauctionshighbid.com. That's HIBid.com to check out what's up for bid in the next auction. Ogle Auctions deals with everyday items like board games, t-shirts, and more, to collectibles, whether that is a vehicle, vinyl records, or vintage toys. Or how about a trolley car? And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more items. Check out their next online auction at ogleauctionshighbid.com. That's ogleauctionshibid.com. Or call Kim Ogle today at 618-980-4530.
Edwardsville with the ball, and the inbound pass in front of the scorer's bench goes into the backcourt for Bush. We're back to action. 13-6 Collinsville with the lead here in the first quarter of this JV game. And there's a picked off ball by Davis and Horace. They both work together for that one. Davis all in by himself. Nicely done by the Kahok junior, Devin Davis, who, by the way, leads the team in assists this year with 16, but that one's going to go down as just a plain old 2-point field goal. Crazy numbers for this JV team. I'll get to them in just a second when I have a moment. Here is Bush. Over onto the far side now for Greer. Greer underhands it to Zach Hoffman into the game for the first time, 5'10" junior. Underneath for Bush, drives baseline, gets the bucket and the bruise. Foul going to be called against Dayton Harris. That'll be his first, team second, each team now with 2. And at the free throw line, Jordan Bush has 4 points from the floor and his first free throw attempts. Good. First free throw attempt, I should say. 15-9, Collinsville up by 6. With the ball, it's Nick Horace, and he gives it to brother Dayton. Dayton into the perimeter, front of the free throw line. Back over to brother Horace, bounce pass to Clark. Clark with a little high, small hook there, a little baby hook, but that thing traveled pretty far. And the rebound belongs to Edwardsville. Not been a lot of rebounds in this game so far. Each team has 2. Matches their fouls. Far side of the court, Jennings. No, excuse me, that's Hoffman. Back over this way now for Bush. Bush. Out to the top of the key. That's Greer. Drives outside the lane, nowhere to go, puts it back out front. Edwardsville resets over on the far side. That's Greer. Greer, top of the key now for Hoffman. Back over onto the wing for Bush. Trying to work it up inside off of the face of Wilkinson, and then underneath the basket, the ball ends up into the hands of Green. Once, twice, no good. And then a fight for the ball. Another shot put up. That one no good. And this time the rebound belongs to Collinsville. They get the ball up quickly to Horace off the glass, and good for 2 for the younger Horace, Nick, the 6-foot freshman. Collinsville extends their lead 17-9. Here's Jordan Bush. Bush dribbles, top of the key, gets caught by a double team. Now just outside the lane, trying to force his way back in is Green. He couldn't get in. Collinsville gets the rebound. Here's Horace to Horace, and into the corner for Wilkinson. Back to the free throw line for Horace, and then over to Clark. Clark trapped, can't get out, so he gives it up now for Horace, who launches a 3-point shot. That one won't fall, and the rebound ends up out of bounds. And Collinsville will turn the ball over for just the second time. Alex Lorsbach checking back into the game, and Jamari Weisinger, 5'10 freshman, into the game for the first time tonight. 58 seconds left to play here in this first quarter, 17-9 in favor of Collinsville. Edwardsville Tigers with the ball. Over on the far side, I got a guy with no number on my roster, so I don't know who he is right now, but we'll try to figure it out as we go along. Rebound belongs to Collinsville. Final 35 seconds left to go in this opening quarter. Here is Nick Horace out to Wilkinson, and Wilkinson gets the return off the fingertips from Weisinger, and then a shot didn't make it very far. Clark, he's there to pick up the trash and put it in for a couple of more points. Clark now has 6. He and Davis are tied with the team lead. 19-9, biggest lead of the night for Collinsville. A 10-pointer. Down to 10 seconds left. 3-point shot, top of the key. Hits the fat part of the iron and the glass. They'll kick it right back out. And I thought that Greer was going to try it again. Or Kloster, excuse me. That one's an air ball at the buzzer. And that is the way that the first quarter comes to a close. Collinsville has a 10-point lead, and we've played 1 quarter of basketball action, and we're back after a timeout on the Kahok Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Todd Duke and Andy Albertina back with you from Collinsville. 19-9 after 1 quarter of play. Collinsville with the lead. And Edwardsville will get the ball to begin the second quarter. I found out who number 3 is. That's Braylon Heaven, the 5'9 sophomore. And he has the ball right now. Heaven over on the far side wing, being watched by Lorsbach. Almost lost the ball, and now he'll give it up for Chenault. Carson Chenault gives it up now for Cluster. Out to the top of the key, 6'5" sophomore, Jonathan Stump. He's probably the tallest guy out there except for Zach Chambers. A shot, and those 2 points belong to the big guy, Jonathan Stump. Turnover for Collinsville. Edwardsville will look to inbound. It's Kloster. He does so at midcourt to Hoffman. Hoffman hands it off to Heaven. Heaven with some speed just outside the lane. Ditches it off to Hoffman. 3-point shot. That misses the mark. Rebound belongs to Collinsville. Kahawks bring the ball up. Here is Wilkinson. Fires it up to Weisinger. Weisinger off the glass. Good for 2. And the young freshman has his first 2 points of the game, and Collinsville continues to lead by 10. Here is Heaven. Heaven. Far side sideline. Getting watched by Lorsbach. Lorsbach, all kinds of body contact. No whistle, letting him play. Nice to see. Here's the rebound. This belongs to Collinsville. And Nick Horace. Horace brings the ball up, and at the top of the key, cuts in. Free throw line, dumps it off to Chambers. Chambers, not a lot of room to move, puts it up, but it won't fall in. It swoops right around, and Chambers gets called for a foul anyway. Or did he? Now, 3-second violation. 4th turnover for Collinsville. 6:40 left to play here in quarter number 2. 21-11. Collinsville with the lead. Kahawks only trailed once when it was 4-3. Cuts in by Bush. Stop at the free throw line. Bounces it into Green. Green with a little hook shot. Good for 2. Green now has 4 points. Here's Lorsbach. Gets the ball over to Wilkinson. Wilkinson tries to find Chambers in the paint. Turn around. Oh, I thought one good hook shot was going to deserve another hook shot, but that one nicked the rim, and Edwardsville comes away with the rebound. Here is Bush. Bush gets around Lorsbach, and trying to swat that ball out of there was Zach Chambers, but he's going to pick up foul number 2. Nice aggressive play, but just missed the ball. 2 shots coming up for Jordan Bush. Second foul for Chambers. Third one for Collinsville, and Bush hits another free throw. Collinsville makes some changes. Coach Anderson bringing Davis back in there. And both are good for Jordan Bush. Gets his team back to within 6. Here's Lorsbach. Oh, bounce pass for Davis. Misses the mark. Davis never had it in his hands. Bounced off of his hip. And a nice spin move. Shot. No good. And the rebound is out of bounds. Put there by Edwardsville. So the Tigers give the ball right back. 5:51 left to play here in this second quarter. All the way up to Lorsbach over on the left wing. Now to Davis. Davis in the slot. Gives to Wilkinson. Wilkinson all the way around the horn to Horace. Back up front now for Lorsbach. Back to Davis on a handoff. Davis slices through 3 defenders and travels. Nope. Going to call it a jump ball and possession arrow in favor of Edwardsville. That was unfortunate. Eric Smith looking for a different explanation than the one he's getting. He thought that Davis jumped twice. Therefore, that would have been a travel. But no, they're going to say the ball went out of bounds by Edwardsville. Collinsville's going to get the ball back. Here's Clark, who's had a very good first half. He now has 8 points. And Collinsville extends that lead once again. 5:22 left to play here in quarter number 2. Here's Edwardsville. Edwardsville on the wing, Jennings. Jennings out front now for Stump. Stump, he's tall. He's anything but a stump. Yeah, there's a pass that ends up going out of bounds, but Collinsville was the last to touch it. And Edwardsville will get the ball back as Lucas Greer checks back into the game. He'll take the place of Carson Chenault. 23-15, 5:03 left, which means the next whistle after this start of play will be a mask timeout. Here is Stump. He lost the ball, and now it's on the ground, and it's a travel. And we'll see if the referees, mask timeout. That's what I figured. 4:59, just 1 second under the mandatory time to do a mask timeout. We'll take a timeout as well, and we're back in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family-owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
Back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke and Andy Albertino with you. Looking at some of the numbers for this JV team. How about 52.7% shooting from the floor? How about 52.2% from beyond the three-point stripe? How about 68.3% from the free throw line? They'd probably like to see that up a little bit closer to 70, but still, that's not bad. And 33.5 rebounds per game for this JV team. I would say that they are clicking on all cylinders here in the early portion of their schedule. They're 4-0, and those stats would back that up. 4:59 left to play here in quarter number 2. Collinsville with the lead and the ball. Here is Devin Davis. Davis brings the ball up into the perimeter, then loses control of it and finds a way to get it out of there to Clark. Clark, oh man, that was an off-balance shot, and Clark, he's just one of those kids that's like hitting from everywhere right now. Clark, the first one into double digits with 10. Collinsville up by 10, 25-15. Here's a three-point try, and that one falls just a little bit short from Jennings. Rebound belongs to Collinsville. Lorsback brings it on up across the timeline. Shovel pass to Davis off the glass, and he gets called for a charge. Does Devin Davis. His first foul, that'll be the team's fourth. And that'll give Edwardsville the ball back. Inbound pass coming in from Jordan Bush. Does so to Lucas Greer. And Greer brings the ball up across the timeline. Greer trying to work himself a while around. Wilkinson does so. Nice little acrobatic move there by Lucas Greer. And he ends up with 2 points at the end of those nice moves. 25-17. Lorsback with the ball for Collinsville. Far side sideline. Now back over this way for Horace. Horace gets to Wilkinson. Wilkinson, the team leader in points coming into this game. Hands the ball off. Gets it right back. Tries for three, and it's good. Nope, it's only two. Referee right here said it was only two. So we'll give Wilkinson 2 instead of 3. And Collinsville keeps that 10-point lead. 3:35 left to play here in this second quarter. Here's Greer again. Greer. Wilkinson staying with him step for step this time, and this time Wilkinson's going to pick up a foul. Either that or it was Matt Clark on the reach-in. He was there as well. Well, they're going to call it on Wilkinson. His first, team fifth. Inbound pass coming offset left from underneath of the Edwardsville basket by Jordan Bush. And right off the bat, he gets it in to Jennings, and Jennings has his first 2 points of this game. Collinsville with the ball and the lead. Here is Wilkinson. Wilkinson almost moved his feet a little too much. Now Clark just outside the lane, and then fires it outside the perimeter. And over to Horace. Horace to Horace. Dayton and Nick. Here is Dayton with a little fadeaway jumper. Dayton Horace, the junior. Nick Horace, the freshman. Collinsville retains that 10-point lead once again. Here's Greer. Greer on the left wing. Pulls it up. Takes a three-point shot. Meets glass and rim. And the rebound belongs to Collinsville. After another missed three-pointer by Edwardsville. Kahok shoot it, but nothing doing. Whistle on the play. And a foul coming up. This one's going to go against Hirsch Green. That'll be his first, team third. To the free throw line, Dayton Horace. His second trip to the line. He was 1 for 2 in the first quarter. Came in 6 of 9 before this game started.